So with the incentives, I let my staff make money, and this for me is just turned out to be one of the best things I ever did. If you haven't been incentivizing your staff, honest to God, you're missing out on big dollars. Because what happens is, like anything, they come into work, they go home. But if there's an interest for them to say upsell, add on that box, add on that gift box, whatever it is that you so choose to incentivize. I do a whole bunch of things in our store, but at the end of the day, some of those girls can go home with $400 or $500 more a month, which sounds like a lot, but guess what? That probably translated in my sales between $3,000 and $5,000. So it's a pretty small investment to make when you're talking about the big scheme of things. And I do things such as, we sell 100 roses in our shop, and we call it the Thunder Bundle. And every time the girls sell a Thunder Bundle, they get 10 bucks. Well, you can't imagine. I had one gal, no word of a lie, she sold within a summer, she sold about 372 in one summer. I think it was within a 2.5 month period. Almost every person that came in was leaving with a Thunder Bundle. So you can imagine her quite happy going home with her $3,500 check. Baby's breath is good, 2 dozen roses, because we all get the guy calling for a dozen. But I know that sometimes, even for me, my sales gals, they need to be reminded to say, hey, ask for that second dozen. And you know, I'm going to give you $2 or $3, if whatever you choose, to add on that second dozen. So those are things that make you money now. And that's what we do. And I took my sales, and I've increased my sales over last year about 45% so far. Outside signs. I cannot stress enough that you have to have outside signage. Even if it's a cheesy little A-frame with some loss leader. We have an A-frame on 99th Street that says, you know, 25 roses, $19.99. Why? That's what Costco's doing, okay? Costco and the big box stores, God bless them, people are buying flowers. This is good. Now, as the floral professionals in your community, what you want to do is get them to buy them with you, okay? We want people to start buying flowers with the florist again. But that unfortunately means that we do have to compete on some level. So we do the $20. Now, it ain't all wrapped up as nice as Costco. It's pretty much a grower bundle as they come into the shop. But that $20, 9 times out of 10, we turn into a $45 to $50 sale. Why? Because the girls are incentivized to add on to those sales. They don't want to walk out with no money. They look at every customer with little dollar signs in their eyes, which is a good thing. So they, you know, the guy comes in for his $20 roses, and the next thing you know, he's leaving with a $45 purchase because we've sold him a card, we've sold him a teddy bear, we sold him a vase. We do everything we can to make sure that that guy is going to spend some money in the shop. So it's really important. How do people know what you're doing in your shop? It's one of those things, like emailing is great, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but it's really great for the now situations. You want to have that wow factor when they come in. If you can get a changeable reader board, one that you know you can put cute little signs on that changes, those are always great. They're not always accessible. I have one in our street, but I don't get to use it all the time. But I want to share a secret to a great reader board. You see them all over the city, but the ones that catch your eye are a little bit different. Like, this one's okay. It's saying what you're doing, okay? The roses are red, violets are blue. We have a new government. Who will they screw? Red roses, 1999. I actually put this up on my reader board. And I gotta tell you, I have people coming in the store laughing their heads off, and it works. But you have to get their attention. People are inundated all the time with billboards and this and that. So we want to get their attention and grasp it so that they laugh. I change it all the time, every time I can. I really try not to put up just a, you know, here's my special today, because that's not really that inviting. Sometimes I'll do something like, if your name's Bob, come on in and get a free rose. Well, maybe Bob always wanted to stop in your shop. I don't know, we get a lot of Bobs. I don't usually pick obscure names like, you know, Petunia. Do that too, but I usually try to pick names that are really easy to have, like lots of Bobs. You want lots of people coming in. And hey, if you have 25 Bobs come into your shop in one day and it costs you 25 roses, not so bad, is it? You've got 25 people who are potential new customers. While they're in the store, of course, you get their information, maybe a business card draw, something to that effect. It's really important. So remember your signs. Have some fun with them. There's lots of places you can go now on the internet and Google little sayings. Most important thing I do in my business. I love the cartoon. It says, Art, are you sure you checked the smell by date? Okay? And this is the perfect thing for the 5-minute check because, and if you don't raise your hand, you're lying. How many of you walked into your flower shop Sorry, didn't even see them, but have dead flowers on the table. Didn't remove them for days. Come on now. I know you're all lying if you're not raising your hand, because we have all been there. All been there. We are busy. Florists are busy people, okay? So we walk into our flower shop. Maybe there's some, dead leaves on the ground we didn't quite see when we swept up last night, or we didn't mop because, oh my God, not again. But those are the things that are super important, because of course we sometimes forget about that first impression. So you want to make sure that you check your shop every hour. Now, I'm not saying go through your whole shop with a fine-tooth comb every hour, but take 5 minutes for 1 hour a day. Pick an area and check it, clean it. Get those dead flowers off display and put some fresh ones out. Takes 5 minutes. But guess what? You will have a spotless shop 100% of the time. So what we do is we say, okay, we're doing the 5-minute check. We're going to do the cooler now. And we're going to go in and remove all the buckets that are empty and maybe fluff some things up and make them look all fancy and schnancy. 5 minutes. Okay, next 5 minutes, an hour later, let's do the bathroom. Give it a quick once over. And if you do that every day, it becomes easier and easier and easier, and your shop will always be spectacular. Because I don't know about everybody here, but we are a busy store. We have 4 full-time people only in our shop, and it's strenuous with 4 full-time people. And so sometimes we, maybe hide things in the back, that kind of thing. But sometimes I walk into the shop and I go, oh my God, you guys, we've got to stop. This is ridiculous. So we come in on Saturday and we clean, and sometimes I even hire a cleaning person to come in and clean, because I think it's that important. That's a long-term thing, because that's what's going to get customers coming back. Because if you have dead flowers on your table, they may not come back because they're going to think your flowers don't last. Unless we forget, we don't need to remind people that they don't. That's not what we're in their business to do. So, shop programs. If you don't have any, get some. Again, long-term planning as well as short-term planning. This is super, super important. So I'm listing out a few of the things that we do in my store, specifically. Okay, open houses. You're going to see a lot of articles coming out, and I know Canadian Florist, I believe, had some. A few of the other magazines were talking about them. Open houses. Christmas. I know it's a natural, and yes, you can put out your Christmas things, but make it an event. How many of you wouldn't even just consider giving a class at Christmas? Not necessarily a hands-on class, but what about a demonstration? Flowers in the home for Christmas. Here's some ideas. Offer it one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Charge a normal amount. Charge $10. Okay, do only 10 arrangements. But show the people what you can do. Your talent is what's going to take you places. And again, your passion. But if you love your flowers, then get out there and start showing people your talent, because they go online and they see all the great things that are online, but I gotta tell you, there's some pretty spectacular things I've seen. The Oasis booth is a grand example. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful. But get those customers in there and do something different. Think outside the box. What's wrong with that? I love giving classes. As you might tell, I'm a talker. So I give classes. I do it for the Grow Direct stores, as well as I do it for clients walking into the door. But that would be a great Christmas open house. And guess what? Have your shop decked out. Go to the wholesales, buy everything. Have it decked out. Use it all in your designs, because guess what? They're going to feel like when they leave that they're florists. They really will. They're going to think, I can do that, because you're going to make it look so easy and wonderful. And they're going to buy it all from you, take it home, and do it. It may not look perfect, but you know what? They're going to be happy.